I had questions.
Knew that going into it. So.
Well, and that sometimes is the source of figure things out and start to the back, and then it's like, well, I don't like that. Well,
Read the fine print.
yeah, exactly.
It'll get you every time. How are you?
Here for a class to criteria to get the full grade is to have one of you guys sign my agenda or my.
Saying that you're here.
Yeah, it's just saying I'm here. I plan to stay. I just wanted to get it off.
All right, well, I'm gonna have my eye on you. You gotta.
I'm gonna be writing. Don't worry. You trap me in here.
We carry you to the chair. You can't do it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
14.
Y'all can all sign if you want. I feel so. I'm getting an autograph right now. Just respect. That's all I need. That.
All right.
Y'all good day.
All right, thanks.
I had questions.
An hour to go. According to that clock.
Out the door.
That's why I'm off the mind.
If you ain't gonna speak, but, you know,
Just
maybe
listen.
to observe, communicate maybe.
Good evening. It being 6 o'clock, well, regardless of what that clock says, it being 6 o'clock Central Time, and there being the quorum present, I would like to declare this meeting of the Ocean Springs Historic Preservation Commission for March 14th, 2024 in session. First order of business, please look over the minutes from last month's meeting. And when you're done, if you don't see any reason for correction, I'd like to get a motion for approval.
I make a motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? None of those. That being said, do we have any unfinished or old business before the commission? Yes, we do.
We do have, yes. Ken Martin.
Yes.
Also, just to mention that item 4B and 7-Way Porter, I don't know if anyone is here for that one. That item is being deferred to the April Historic Commission meeting. If anyone's here for 7-Way Porter, that will not be discussed tonight.
And that would pertain also to the note that you have in your email. You have in your pockets there as well. So we'll move that down. First item of business tonight then being 410 Martin Avenue. We have an application for approval of driveway. It was tabled in the last meeting until we could get some more accurate drawings. Those have been submitted. And they are again requesting the certificate of appropriateness for this property for the widening and placement of a circular drive in the front of the building.
Bill, could you scroll down to the new site plan, please, that shows the details of the driveway?
There we go.
Okay, that's the old one. Keep that. There we go. Okay, that's it. Went down a bit. There you go. Okay, thank you. And that's the revised plan that the applicant has presented. The differences are that instead of the 12-foot driveway and as originally approved, and the 20-foot in the previous plan, this one is 16 feet on the south side, and then 16 feet on the north side, 18 feet on the south side of the circular driveway. And it's to intersect Martin Avenue 10 feet from the north lot line. So those are the changes that have been made to it. In addition, since you last discussed this. They have included a 6-foot-tall wood and composite fence on the north and east property lines. And then also they're requesting approval of a aluminum driveway gate back in the, really in the rear yard area of the driveway. And so that is what is in front of you, and announcements here. Was heading that, for comments. And that concludes my presentation. Lisa, if you have questions, we can answer them.
Does anyone have any further questions?
Where was the fence gonna be? I'm sorry.
Here?
It's almost, it starts almost to the back of the house, it just goes along the property line.
Go down a
There's
couple
already an
screens.
existing fence on the south side.
Okay.
Go down one more. I think that plan shows it. You can scroll down some. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
A
kind
little
of,
bit more, please.
it's kind of red
Oh, okay, I see.
or brown or whatever.
Gotcha, okay.
It's right here.
That's all the question I had.
I only have one question, Dr. Cunningham. The issue around this is visual, and that these lots are slanted, and therefore that interferes visually and so forth. The only question I have for you, do you have any plans in the future or during this project or anything to erect anything other than the driveway, any brick posts, any visual?
Just the chain wall, like I explained last time, had to be put in for erosion purposes. That's what they did.
The lots is really, it slopes, it's a dramatic slope from left to right, and if you try to just put a driveway in, when you open the door, it would just sling out of your hand and hit the side, so you have to level that up, put a real short retaining wall.
I have a question. The photo, the second photo, there's a, is it a telephone pole?
What's that?
There's a telephone pole,
Utility.
utility pole?
Yeah, power pole, I think it is.
So is the fence gonna, I mean, is the driveway gonna be on the right side of that pole, or?
It's kind of right at that pole, maybe?
Ish. So
Okay.
I'm the neighbor,
Yeah,
if anybody
yeah.
remembers me from the last meeting. They were able to move it to
Mhm.
where there is like a break
Okay.
now between the two houses and more of a green space that your eye, doesn't say, okay, why is this driveway starting right in front of that other
I actually
house?
went the next day and took pictures to take a look at it and see what you were talking about, and that's why I was asking where that was gonna be in retrospect to the pole, because I remembered the pole, and I can make some
Yeah. There's
understanding
like
of
a
it.
green, maybe sewer pipe, if you
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
It's on the north, it's on the other side of the sewer
Okay.
pipe, not on our side.
Okay, got it, okay.
Our goal was to get it basically between the two houses
Yeah.
instead of so far to the north.
Right.
So that's kind of the driveway kind of is in the middle of the two houses now
Got
instead of further to the north like it was before.
Yeah, that was my visual, then when I saw that pole, I was like, okay, help me out with that. Okay, got it.
Do we have any other questions? Can I have a motion?
I motion to approve the new design for the driveway, being that it's going to be 16 feet on the side to the north and the 18 feet on the side to the south.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried.
Fence too? Fence too?
I'm sorry?
The fence too?
Oh, the fence.
Fence.
Two of the motions,
Okay, second motion for the fence. I make a motion to also approve the fence as stated in the plans.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Second one. All right.
I'm kind of lost, whether there's something else. Did y'all take care of the gate also?
Oh, the gate, we have a gate since 3.
Yeah.
So it should be three.
Okay.
Only had two.
I just want to remember that so each item can be voted on separately.
Okay.
separately, but,
So now the gate, that's gonna come across the front?
No,
It's back in the property.
Oh, okay, so where the pool is?
Pool is.
Yes. I'll go to the.
Oh, okay, now I know exactly what you're talking about. Then, yeah, I make a motion to go ahead and approve the gate that would go in the back.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That is carried as well.
That's, okay, that's done. Yeah, this item will go to the Board of Aldermen at the meeting next Tuesday on the 19th at 6 o'clock for final approval. Let everyone know.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Item next. We have a application for certificate of appropriateness for renovations and additions to the existing dwelling at 1103 Calhoun Avenue, and selective demolition of the portions of the dwelling. Those are shown in the drawings that are included in here, and I'm sure that you're all familiar with the house. And
Right down the street from y'all, and right, you see it's right on the edge of the historic, the old Ocean Springs Historic District. And the main part of this, you would kind of scroll down to the site plan, I think it's like on page 10 down there, please. I think it shows quite a good illustration of the existing house and the additions. You can see the, one more. And this, if you're oriented, Calhoun would be on the bottom of the screen, and Dewey then is over on the left side. The addition consists of about 1,700 square feet, and I think, Henry, you want to, go into details, answer more questions? No, I can't about this, I'll look at the details of this.
That's right. Okay, so, Henry Curry, the architect, working on this project. The existing house is about 1,250 square feet, so it's actually relatively small, even though it has a nice presence. And the way we looked at this house is trying to go back and kind of embrace the character of the house and look at some of the modifications that have been done to it over time and bring some of those features back. One of them being the first 4 windows. The ceilings got lowered at some point when, I think it was when they put in air conditioning, they just shrank the volume of air that had to be air conditioned. And when they did that, the windows were sticking up into the ceiling, so they shrank the windows too. So we'll bring that back, and internally, we're going to be raising the ceilings. Actually, just exposing the ceilings that are up there. But also just in looking at it and thinking about how to make this house into a home that somebody can live in a modern day, in a modern way. Instead of trying to cram everything that you would want into a modern home into the existing house, we took the tack of, let's add that on. That's an addition, that's new construction, and that way we can preserve the existing house and restore some of these features and these characteristics. One of the other ones is that we're looking at bringing back to the house is currently on the north side of the house, there was a two-story porch. And those porches, like a lot of old houses, when plumbing got brought in, those got enclosed and became bathrooms. And so we're gonna be kind of restoring those back as porches. And, but then also, one of the other things, again, kind of addressing some of the demolition things that we're, asking for in this is, so we're gonna be exposing this porch and restoring it, so we gotta tear out walls to bring in railings and everything. Also on the front of the house, the front porch, at some point in time, the front door got moved, and you can kind of see it in some of the photos, or if you go by there. If you look on the Dewey side, you can see a corner board, and then you'll see about 2 feet of siding and another corner board, and then the front porch, the front door. And the front door currently faces west, or towards the Little Children's Park. And in looking at it and everything, and when you walk in that front door, you're in this incredibly narrow hallway. And there's really incredibly steep stairs, like 14-inch risers. And it's like, this can't. When I was measuring up the building, I looked at the house, I was just like, this can't be right. This can't be the original stairs. This just can't be how it was. And anyway, so as I measured up the house, and that's generally when you go through and I measure up a house and do an as-built survey of the house, usually the bones of the house, the original house, kind of start to come through. And that's when I realized that that the door used to face Calhoun, that you walk straight up the porch into the front door, and that had gotten enclosed to create a closet for a bedroom, and where the last flight of stairs down to the ground, from the second floor down to the ground, they took those out and put the front door there. And that's why the stairs are super steep, is because suddenly they had to get from the second floor without another flight of stairs. So those are some things that we're going to be bringing back to the house, and it requires some demo to do that. But the front, so we're looking at the windows. The upstairs windows are different from the downstairs windows. We're going to be taking the upstairs windows as the white pattern that is, I think, original, and using those for the downstairs windows, taller windows. The other things that I was trying to do with the addition, because everybody likes a nice big kitchen, likes a nice big living room, likes all the room that when this house was built, it was a little bit, everybody had a little less space. I really tried to break down the massing of this house so that I could repeat some of the roof pitches that the current house has, and it has a 14 and 12 roof pitch, which is a little bit unusual for our area. Typically, a lot of our houses, older houses, will have at most a 12 and 12 pitch, and that is fairly typical. But this one has a 14 and 12, so it's a steeper roof pitch. And so I tried to kind of break that down, and that's sort of why the house sort of has sort of different wings to it, because I'm trying to have that roof scape not overpower the original house. And then over the garage area and the kitchen, I actually changed that roof slope, because that was sort of the thickest part of the house, and lowered that down to a 4 and 12 pitch so that that roof doesn't grow up and, again, overpower the house. So kind of discreetly what you see, and I tried to throw in, I think at the end of the thing, a couple of little quick vignettes of here's how it looked from different angles, trying to have it really kind of embrace more of the character of the house. So I think, that's all I've got from there, but if y'all have questions, I'm happy to answer.
So basically, the demolition and the other things, it's just to improve and bring back to the way it was.
Yeah.
So it's not demolition in terms of any kind of,
No.
you're trying to maintain and restore
Right.
and bring in today's,
Right.
Got it. That's-
Basically, what we're demoing out were additions or infill that happened over time.
Right.
We're trying to bring it back to more of its original structure.
And the carport that exists there now, that's gone as well?
That's right. And the screen porch that's across the back. Those would be the two.
What kind of roofing is gonna be on it? Because I know that house has an unusual shingles pattern on it.
Yeah, and, a lot in our area, a lot of the historic homes had wood-shaped roofs. And I'm gonna be kind of researching what I could try and find a good roof that I feel like would work for. Because the roof's been replaced, it's got sort of a tile kind of roof, and I think we're gonna have to improve, especially, just do the whole thing, and so I'm still kind of researching the right product on that, but I want to have something with a little dimension, something that has that some character to it. I'm still kind of researching that product, but I can bring that back to the board when we get to that.
Any other questions? Can I then have a motion on COA on this property?
I make a motion to approve the COA submitted for 1103 Calhoun to, with the exception of, well, roofing material is going to be submitted later, but to change orientation of the door and to have additions and remove carport and screened-in porch, and all as shown in the plans.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Interesting.
Okay, the item that's next in your book, 708 Porter, has been deferred. Appropriate. Okay, item next, we have an application for a COA on property 1416 Bowen Avenue. Mr. Morgan?
Okay. Here you can see this is the Bowen Avenue Historic District there on the corner of Bowen and General Pershing. And this building has been to y'all recently for some changes to it on fencing and things like that. What the applicant now has is a request for a COA. The most notable thing is to construct a 3-bay carport on the west side of the house. Just go down to that. I think one of the illustration is like from kind of corner perspective. Probably shows a good. That's good. Keep going. Yeah, there we go. Okay, can you, is it possible to rotate that clockwise?
Please.
Upside down.
My neck.
There you go.
Very well,
My neck, I'm
that's a good one, okay. I think that gives you a good illustration of what's, perspective of what's being proposed here. As you see, it's a 3-bay carport there on the facing Bowen Avenue. It will be behind the front line of the house, which is what the historic guidelines recommend in situations like that to historic structure. In addition, the construction of that is to be hardy board lap siding, basically to match the existing siding, the shingles of the house. Also, they're proposing a gate, a 50-foot gate at the street end of the driveway. Then a dormer is there on the east side of the house, facing Cheryl Pershing there, just below the chimney, is the best way to put it. Then also, they are requesting to remove the brick railing around the front porch to replace it with wood, as you see in that illustration. And doing their research on the house, it appears that that brick was added in the 1960s, so the wood railing that's proposed is going back to more the original design. Really, they have paint colors that are shown in your report, and I think concludes what I had to say about this, and the ones that are here, if you have questions for them. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions?
Oh, one thing, I have divided this into 5 separate motions. If you had questions about individual items or had issues with those, you can do it that way. I mean, if you certainly would just want to combine those all into one, that's perfectly acceptable. Just to
Hey, wait a minute. I wasn't able to combine mine.
Because we didn't know it was there.
Chance to.
I think you're just picking on me.
All right. Any questions or comments from anyone here? All right. Can I have a motion, please?
I'm gonna make one motion, and that is to go ahead and combine all 5 of them for approval, being the 3-stall garage they're looking to build, the brick, to bring back to the way that it was, to pull out the brick and bring it back to its original standing, and to add the fence and the color. Am I missing anything?
Dormer.
The dormer. I'd add the dormer.
May I ask a question? I am the homeowner.
Yes.
My wife and I. This is my first one of these, and actually if I was an architect, I would do a much better speech. I was an engineer, I'm more black and white. But we are also, there's some windows. There was an addition put in where the bathroom is. Actually has big fixed glass, so if you're taking a shower, you can show everybody. We're gonna redo the bathroom and change those windows out too, which are actually shown in the elevations, but I didn't actually write it in the write-up of the,
So now you're gonna pick on me, making sure
Well, I
I
mean, the main thing when all this started was to make sure we got the garage and windows and the dormers, and as I sit here, I see there's a whole process that goes through this. I'm not changing the windows out this month. If somebody wants me to make an additional request for next month's meeting, I can submit another one. Or if you can see it on the thing and you want to add it to it, that's fine with me too.
So you don't have to see us again.
But the goal is to put the house back to as close as it was. We have basically no modifications to the footprint. The only reason we're putting in the driveway is it was on 2 lots. They split it when they sold it. We had no garage. So that was really the big deal that came up on this request.
Windows being as touchy of a subject as they are around here, on this commission especially, I would suggest let's get this motion approved and on the way, and I'm going to request that you bring back another request for the windows,
Just
please.
with the materials and the type of materials of windows and.
Okay. Motion is finished. Do I have a
Motion is
second?
finished without the windows.
Oh, I have a second.
I'll second that.
All right, and all in favor? Aye. All opposed? I think we'll,
You know, this will also go to the Board of Aldermen next Tuesday evening in the same room, 6 o'clock, final approval. And then at any point after that, you can fill in for any part of the work.
and thank you for your efforts on this. It's a good plan. All right. And next, we have to start putting tabs in these things.
Right?
Okay. I'm never gonna complain about somebody putting so many pictures in, that's great, yeah. All right, the next item is a request for a COA for 219 Washington Street. Is Joanna here? Yeah. All right. What was
You gonna hide in the back?
Yes.
Okay.
She's just happy she's not sitting up here.
All right.
This is for a 6-foot-tall white vinyl privacy fence to be put along about 20 feet of the south property line. There's a photo of the type of fence being proposed there in the report. There you go. And one of the sketches shows where it's located. It's difficult to explain it or see it from the street because it is somewhat hidden. But the historic guidelines recognize that privacy fences for rear yards are a modern convenience and doesn't accept them provided that yet they are primarily in the rear yard. So the applicants here, homeowners here, either I can answer any kind of questions you might have about it.
Anyone have any questions? Joanna and I have one. From judging where the midline of your house is on that side, where will this 6-foot fence
It
start?
starts at the back corner of the house, and if you're familiar with this is a house of courtyards. It has a courtyard out front, it has a courtyard on either side, and what I'm attempting to do is where our deck runs, we look at our neighbor's house. And we love our neighbors, but they have started stacking things on the side of their house that I don't necessarily need to view when I'm out on the deck. So I would like to do a short section. And I'm trying to match, you guys approved, we have a Trex deck that's gray with white vinyl railings. So I'm trying to do just a short section to kind of courtyard that area, just so I'm not looking at that. It's not gonna run the full length. So it will run from the corner of my house about 15 feet, maybe 20 feet, probably 20. And that's it. And there's a black chain link that was approved that runs the rest of it, so you don't really see it, it kind of blends in. And I don't want to remove that. I just want to do a small area, so when I sit out on my deck, it's pretty.
All right. When everyone has time to look over this, and thank you for all the sketches and photographs and so on, which is very nice. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the COA for 219 Washington Avenue to install a 6-foot tall privacy fence as shown in the application.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Michael? And all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, Larry.
COA is carried. Thank you. Good to see you again. All right, item next is 424 Washington Avenue.
Okay, this is for a sign for the Springs Hotel, just down the street from us, from right here. The photo of the sign is there in your report. It is, let's see, what is it, like 13 square, just over 13 square feet, 8 feet tall, and 1.5 foot in width, double-sided. And we've talked about signs in historic districts a little before, in dealing with, I think, the Presbyterian Church. But the sign area is well within the allowance of what the historic guidelines, the historic regulations allow for this property to have up to 18 square feet. And in terms of the appearance of the sign itself, the design, the appearance, the setting, that is really something that is up to you. The criteria is that the appearance, color, size, position, and design should be in keeping with the Old Ocean Springs Historic District and the guidelines. And that's the limit of the guidance that the Historic District guidelines give to you. So, I know Joe Floyd is here, if you want to answer questions about it, or I can talk a little bit about how it fits into the UDC and the historic guidelines. Thank you.
I only have one question. Is that sign already there, or?
Yes.
Or okay, because I was gonna say, that's the best computer.
Chairman Burns, I made a mistake in not applying for the sign permit from y'all in advance. I thought that I did, and I didn't. So I just wanted to come.
Beg for forgiveness.
Well,
We've heard that so many times.
Beg for mercy, not justice.
We're nowhere close to wearing out a path yet, so.
But I believe I'm in keeping with allowable sizes and aesthetic of what the historic commission has requested and required. And anyways, I just wanted to make it right. I didn't understand that. I didn't on the front end. Sorry about that.
Well, I have to say that I like what y'all have done already, so I really don't have any complaints. So I will make a motion to allow them to continue the sign in the manner that they want to.
Before you make your motion, we do have a requested addition to it. We have a tenant that's there, the Paulette, that we really don't have a way to display their sign, and what we would request is a vertical bar to the west of approximately 30 inches to create a 24-inch sign that they could hang there on that sign. I don't know, I should have come better prepared, but we've
You're a little busy today, weren't you?
I try to be prepared in life, and I just fail at it more than I like to do.
I can vouch that I have gone to the floors there, the place he's speaking of, and had I not known, if I had not known the owner, I would not have known it was there. Yeah, I would not have known.
So we would request to do I believe it's in, and I mentioned this to Wade earlier, I think we're well within the square footage required. So we would just like to have a dangle, I guess you would say, to the west.
I see it, but
So we would like one that says hotel. We would like one that says Paulette. Because I don't think people know that we're there.
I didn't know, and the only reason I knew is because I knew Jessica, and she told me, but had I not known, I would not have known it was there.
And so if y'all can add something after the fact, we would ask for the ability
Don't they
to
have to
add
amend
that.
their application?
I mean, you could do it, yeah, yes, it does need to be amended. I mean, it's up to you if you want to consider it now, since you've seen the information. That's your call.
What's it gonna be made out of?
And what I would do is, if you could, Joe, if you could.
It would be half-inch plywood or 3/4-inch plywood, and solidly painted the same color as the sign. And we would affix it with just eye bolts, in my mind, and make it just very, we're not trying to make that part of the sign stand out.
Yeah, I mean, because aesthetically, this sign is beautiful.
Yeah, we're not trying to take away from it.
Reimagine what,
It would be,
you know.
it would essentially,
Could, yeah.
Almost like finger pointing, we're here.
That's what I'm worried about is-
So anyway, the building we did on the corner of Robinson and Washington, the Hemingway sign is the same thing. It's essentially a vertical or horizontal, it's a 2-inch square bar, and the sign, it just hangs below it.
It's on fabric though, it's gonna be solid.
It would be solid. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, it would not be a temporary, it would look current. It would be a little current.
Just a point of order request, Mr. Morgan. The actual appearance of the angle, if we're calling it that, will actually go for the sign committee for approval prior to being approved, correct?
What I could do, well,
I'd like to see a drawing of it.
I mean, you would rather not vote on it tonight as part of this. We could send it out via email to the folks on the sign committee or the entire commission next week sometime and take care of it that way. I mean, there's a sign committee that's allowed to vote on items.
I'm not really opposed to it because of all the signs I've seen that they've done in the past. I mean, I've seen the Hemingway, and I personally have seen the work that they've done, so I don't have a problem approving based on what Joe's saying the sign's gonna be and what they do make their signs of. So I personally don't have a problem with it, so.
You don't have a problem with it, I don't have.
There you go. I mean, I just.
Would you like to make another
You see,
combined
you
motion?
haven't.
Sure. I'll make a motion that, I think we should go ahead and approve the signage as stated by Joe Cloyd in this meeting and allow him to go forward with the permanent sign for both the hotel and for the florist
Do we have a
shop.
second?
I'll second it, but could I request that you send a photo of, like you had on your phone?
Yes, sir.
Just so we can put that as an attachment to this.
Absolutely. I'll send it to Wade.
Yes,
Thank you.
perfect.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? COA is carried.
You doing this?
Now, I will say anything that Mike wants to do, I'm not so sure about.
But I might make a suggestion on this. Okay, go ahead, please.
Next item is 604 Porter Avenue. And Mr. Quaid is here. And Mr. Morgan, please help us out with this.
Judge? Okay, you got it. All right. This is for an addition to the east side of the Roost building. I'm gonna scroll down, look at that photo, yeah, the photo there on 99. Kind of shows you the, yeah, keep going. So the proposal is to add a sunroom dining area, food prep pizza oven area, and an outdoor bar onto the east side of the building. Actually, the plan there just below that might be a little bit better. There you go, thank you, yeah, okay, the highlighted yellow shows that the Porter Avenue would be on the right side of the screen. You can get yourself oriented on that. That yellow highlighted area shows, you can see the tables that are proposed in the sunroom area. I mean, this is an existing outdoor walkway I believe for the most part. And the intent is to maintain the appearance of the existing Roost building using the same materials for the siding, same materials for the railing and things of that sort. So, yeah, this is an extension of what's there already and fit into that on that east side of the building. Glad to answer any questions right now. Thanks.
Is this that outdoor seating area that you already have?
So what we're asking is for where the current ADA ramp is, to be encapsulated, elevated, encapsulated. When we started the Roost, we didn't know the property would be what it is. And it was initially 6 hotel rooms, office space, and Eat, Drink, Love Cafe. It's sort of evolved into a different thing now. And where we initially put the ADA ramp is not the most convenient place for handicapped individuals or for the property. And so what we're trying to do is aggregate our handicap spots in the actual parking lot instead of on Porter, that's a busy trafficked area, and put them in the parking lot where it's safer to back out and provide handicap access from the parking lot side and create a, I guess you'd say a little bump out dining area that would enhance what used to be Eat, Drink, Love's Cafe and create a handful more seats. I think it's 20 more seats. It's not a lot of seating, but we want to create some energy in that area and also to sort of make the access work better as well, because we built it in phases and we were hoping to, I'd say this, just make it a little more cohesive when you come in. If you come in where the check-in area is, you have to take a left and then a right and then a left to get to the bar. We're just trying to straighten things out from the interior, and I know it doesn't matter from a historical approval perspective, but ultimately what we're trying to do is make the place a little more cohesive, and what it'll create is a big section of windows and an active dining space on the west side of the original hotel building.
All right, does anyone have any questions? I have one. Are these new windows, that bunch of them there, I guess, didn't show them what, are they gonna be fixed always or opposite? Okay. There being no more questions, can we get a motion on the COA?
I'll make a motion to approve the COA for the addition on the east side of the Roost at 604 Porter.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right.
Again, like I said before, this will be on next Tuesday's Board of Alderman agenda. You're welcome.
All right, item next, 921. Ocean Avenue.
This is a report to y'all that, this is an administrative item basically, that we approved administratively because the proposed changes to the windows are maintaining the existing material, existing overall appearance, which under the historic district regulations in the development code does not require a COA if it's replacing like with like and repairing things. So in discussing this with the church officials, it is considered just as repair and ordinary maintenance. So we did approve it, but we wanted to put it on the agenda to report to you, just so that it gets reported to the State Department of Fishery and so we're keeping the action of that. I don't think it requires a motion or approval for you, this is more been approved, but just to inform you of it. That's it.
Thank you.
I like the way that.
I have one question before we adjourn.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you.
There was an email that I sent to you all. Michael Burns was the only one to respond.
I haven't received any emails from you since.
I haven't gotten a single email.
I've never received
Check
any.
your junk mail folder.
I do.
I do too.
I'm a realtor. I live in
Call-
Monroeville, Follow.
I'm trying to remember to call, or yeah, whoever's not getting my emails, give me a call
Okay.
tomorrow or Monday or whenever, and I'll make sure that I have the right email.
Okay.
It was supposedly the IT department was supposed to call me because I
Same-
wasn't
same.
getting anything, and I'm still not getting it.
Still not getting, okay, we need to follow.
And I never have. I've tried twice,
I haven't-
changed in
I haven't either.
passwords, all of that.
I've never even gotten a password or
From the
anything.
city.
Well, my problem was I already have an Outlook account, so I just kept grabbing my
I
stuff.
can get them once it's posted.
Yeah,
By going to.
IT guys are
the
really good
meetings
at straightening
are,
out problems.
and they
Yeah,
post
they
it on the
I didn't
website,
correct
but.
it. I haven't.
I've never had a phone call or email or a password or anything ever, so.
We'll follow.
Okay.
Yeah, if y'all just remind me.
Can I take this then?
Yes, so, there's an email also, it's a separate page.
Oh, yeah.
From
I got it.
Carolyn.
Oh, no, I didn't.
That just, only one of you has to go, and there's limited budget, so if more than one of you wanna go, just kind of, I don't know what the budget is, we'd have to check with Kelly or maybe Patty to see, but, Michael was saying he would like at least one of y'all to go with him.
This'll be my fourth one.
Okay.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay.
If somebody wants to go with me, I'll be glad to drive up.
That's for the boot camp, which is what, a 2-day?
Right.
thing?
Right. May 1st
We
and 2nd.
also have shorter half-day sessions that are throughout the state. And I think there's one
It's in
in,
that email from Carolyn.
There's one in Pascagoula.
one in Pascagoula, I think,
Yeah.
in May, I believe, or June.
So,
So if it's more convenient, go that way.
I look forward to getting the information, so I have no problem.
Okay.
An email.
Idea on that.
Just let me know when I need to take the meeting in. All right, yes, ma'am.
Okay, everyone who's having a problem with the email, write down your email address you're supposed to have for the city and your phone number for me.
What if you
I
don't even
will-
know what their email address is for the city?
Okay.
You haven't given anything.
I will get with you
Okay, sorry.
afterwards. I just wanted to make this public record because I don't want people to say, oh, they're not doing their job. I wanted to make sure the public
Yeah.
could hear. We're gonna, I'll be after with you guys, but let's get your name and your phone number or a business card, that'll help. So we can make sure that it is getting properly taken care of. And I will get on it tomorrow. Either we'll give you some information, I'll get some information from AGJ, or I'll call you and say AGJ's gonna reach out to you. We'll do it that way. I'll take it, it's the IT part, so I will take care of you guys.
And you are?
Cat. Like meow meow. But I just wanted to clear that up, because.
No,
I just like to put a face.
I've done it, like, I twice, and neither time, changed the password, got it all set up here, and then never got a thing, so I don't know.
Yeah, let me, if you got a business card,
I wrote it down on
if you
this
write it
piece of
down for
paper.
me tomorrow morning, because they're closed right, they close at
Yeah.
5 o'clock. But
I'm
if
not,
you
I'm
guys
not
need to
complaining,
write it down.
Just saying.
Well, I saw you
I gave
closing
up.
up, so I thought you were leaving.
I would, no,
Thank you for your time, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just wanted to clear that
Oh,
up.
thank you.
Thank you.
Recommendation, go ahead and get an electric verifier account first before I go.
one or two of y'all would ever respond, and I heard the call, I thought y'all was just.
No.
Is there any further business?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I second.
that.
All in favor?
Aye.
He can make second.
Okay,
Meeting is adjourned.
thank you. And we'll see you next month. There will be a meeting in April, and see you then.
You'll be there?
Yay.
Well, I'll still see you regardless.
Oh, that's true. I'll bring some sparkling drink.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to start